So in this GTA 6 video, we're going to be discussing everything that you might have missed during the trailer. So in our first scene, we can see an overlook of some of the city. And if you look closely in the background, you can see the distant towers of the prison that I believe Lucia is in a little bit later in the trailer. Another really cool small detail I spotted was all of the birds lined up along the power lines. That then brings us nicely to this next shot, which we can see the perimeter fence of the prison that we spotted just a few seconds ago. So as we can see, Lucia is an inmate, probably at the very beginning of the game. Now, if we increase the brightness and the contrast of this, you can see that she has a picture of what I would presume is her family and some handwritten notes stuck to the wall. Now, we know this isn't in the same shot as this next bit right here where she's talking to this counselor or this lady in the prison, because in the shot where she looks over her shoulder right here, you can see the bunk bed, you can see the bed of the cell to her side, and then in the next shot she's obviously in some sort of meeting room within the prison or counselling room where she's talking to Stephanie, and that is the name of this lady right here because we know this by looking at her name tag on the desk. We then have this absolutely beautiful shot of the Vice City beach, and we can see dolphins, we can see sharks. If you look closely in the background on the beach, you can see ATVs, four-wheelers, and just the sheer amount of NPCs that are going to be present in the world. Now, another thing I've spotted is you can see a helicopter. Of course, you may have spotted that, but something very funny, very Rockstar-esque, which you know what they're like with their innuendos. Look closely at this aeroplane right here. It says Y69 when you can 919. We then see a watercraft gliding through what I can imagine is the Grass Rivers, which is the GTA 6 a parody of the Everglades. If we zoom in, take a look at this guy right here, you can see he's holding a rifle, probably some awesome hunting side missions you can do out in the Everglades themselves. We then get a shot of some more wildlife. We see some flamingos, but maybe you didn't spot, or maybe you did. There's some alligators hidden among the weeds and the reeds of the Grass Rivers as well. So as you can see, we have a Velito helicopter, I believe, in the background, flying around the center of the screen. You then have, if you look closely in the top right of the screen, a helicopter, a Sparrow from the GTA franchise, the helicopters that can land on water. We also see a little chihuahua of some sort, like a little dog chihuahua running down the beach alongside these two individuals who are jogging. And also, what I'm absolutely blown away by is the sheer amount of NPCs in the game. Like, look at the amount of NPCs that are present on this beach. Take a look at some of the NPCs. You can even see sun cream or sweat or maybe even baby oil. Who spotted the creep in this scene? Yeah, there's a creep in this scene. Look at this guy, he's filming this woman bending over. Now, as we see these individuals speeding down this highway here, we can see the road sign says Kelly County and Vice City International Airport. We've got a guy leaning out of this supercar here, which looks to be kind of filming what's going on here, and this looks like it may be Lucia and maybe Jason driving. It can't be confirmed 100% if it's Lucia, but I'm pretty certain it is. We get to this nightclub scene right here where we see this guy wearing what appears to be maybe an in-game band t-shirt called the Dolls of Destruction. It looks like some sort of touring t-shirt that you'd get as merchandise. You can see also some tour dates on the back of the t-shirt there as well. It seems to be an event for Make It Rain Mondays, which is kind of funny as it is. We actually have yachts that parties might be taking place on, whatever, but they're actually moving yachts. They're actually sailing through the seas. In GTA 5, we didn't really see any of that. Not yachts that actually moved around the map and would, you know, actually have a course that they were following. In this shot right here, you can see that we have a mixture of both new and old classic vehicles. This Cheetah right here has the number plate Cheetah, which is really, really awesome. As you can see, there's also like really interactive NPCs. This guy sitting on the floor right here, he actually has something on his shoulder. I think that's a lizard. I don't know if I don't know for sure, but there is something on that guy's shoulder and it looks like some sort of lizard. And guess what I spot in this scene right here? Did you spot the very famous location? Well, if you look really, really carefully, you will see Ocean View Hotel. We are on Ocean Drive right now. This is our first look at the neon lights of Ocean Drive. Look at this Lamborghini. Look at all these cars down the street. Ocean View Hotel where everything began in GTA Vice City? Is there going to be an Easter egg in that hotel where we can go to Tommy Vercetti's room from the 80s? Who knows? But something I want to point out, look at these buildings here on the left side predominantly on the screen. You can see inside. They actually have interiors. Is it true? Are the rumours going to be true that nearly all interiors will be accessible in this game? I am starting to believe that that may be the case, and I'm very, very excited about that. Now, this is our first glimpse of the road to the keys, or the Gator Keys as they're called in the GTA franchise. This road is a real road. It leads far out from Miami in real life. We can see a sea skimmer aircraft, Dodo, flying through the air. There's another one of those yachts that we were talking about earlier, a super yacht, which I'm really excited. Can we even maybe possibly drive some of these super yachts? Look at the detail on these tropical islands. I suppose they're not tropical, but look at these like islands out here. Imagine the amount of Easter eggs we're going to be able to find. Speaking of which, look carefully down at this island here. You'll notice there is a small campfire. Really interesting. There's also something far out in the water. If you look over on the far left, top left of the corner of the screen, you'll see a yacht over in the distance. But look just slightly below that, near that island, there's another thing, sort of very small object that you can't really hardly make out from here in the water there. Really curious as to what that actually is going to be. We can also see a freight ship here as well, you know, delivering or whatever, shipping cargo. Also, the roads are extremely busy, very excited about that. And we may have our very first glimpse of an official stunt jump right here. As you can see, this bridge has been broken. That just, you know, tell me that's not a stunt jump. Come on, we know what Rockstar games are like. Dad Bod Squad. So in this scene right here, we see our first glimpse of a Vice City themed police car. It's a sheriff police vehicle with the Vice City green. Now, as we know from the leaks, a lot of the vehicles were still assets reused from GTA 5. So this is our first glimpse of an actual Vice City themed vehicle. Now, during this hilarious scene where this guy is obviously having some sort of fit of road rage being recorded, we can see our first confirmation, that it's actually going to be the state of Leonida. As many people have speculated, Florida, GTA's version of Florida is Leonida. As you can see, only in Leonida is a stretch grab and apology for bad driving. So that confirms the meme of, you know, Florida man meme. Now, Leonida man meme. And if we look closely on the street sign in the background there, Vice Beach's Port VC /Keys, which confirms that yes, the Keys are what we were looking at earlier, and it will be called the Keys in GTA 6 as well. And who else spotted another dirty joke from Rockstar in this scene? Well, I certainly did. Look closely up at the billboard on the top left here. Wanted for panty sniffing. I mean, you just couldn't make it up. I love it. I love how Rockstar Games haven't lost that humour that we all love. We all love it. You know we do. So in this scene, we get our first glimpse of some of the in-game car customization locations possibly coming to the game. As you can see, we see a hashtag Ride Out Customs and Crosstown stickers, as well as Wrap It Like It's Hot sticker on the window there as well. Again, focusing heavily on the social media aspect here. You can see that even on the windshield, the back windscreen there, we've got a Instagram looking sticker that just goes to show that they're going to parody the social media age quite a lot in this game, staying culturally relevant as always. Another Leonida man moment right here, focusing heavily on the crazy people you're going to interact with. Such a brilliant location for a GTA game, Florida, Leonida. As you can see this man here, he's watering his already very flooded garden with his pool in the back garden over there. But something I want to point towards is, once again, the window. Look at it, there is an interior in there. Is this another building that we can enter? Again, proving that theory that there's going to be a hell of a lot of buildings that we can enter in GTA 6. And boy oh boy, Rockstar Games are pulling all the awesome vehicles out the bag here. The Thrillbilly Mud Club, where people gather together, the hillbillies, whatever, the Leonida crazy people. As you can see, there's a Liberator in the background. Monster trucks coming from day one, baby. We've got ATVs, we've got off-roaders. Oh man, this is such a good day. It's kind of a shame we have to wait till 2025 to play this game. This just looks absolutely crazy. This is just, there's so much going on here, so much variety in the amount of people that we're going to be able to meet, and some awesome off-roading vehicles that we can see here. And here we get our very first look at who we believe is Jason. We also see some more Vice City themed sheriff vehicles, as well as a billboard here for anti-anxiety or anti-depression, something along those lines. And it just looks absolutely phenomenal. Now, looking at this scene right here where Jason and Lucia are walking through this store that they've most likely just robbed, absolutely blown away by the incredible detail on the bottles on the shelving, the items. You can see piss wasser, which is obviously a famous drink in the GTA universe, E-Cola drinks. But as they progress through this shop, I'm just absolutely astounded about how good this game looks. Now, we know this shop is actually in Port Gellhorn, because in this next scene where we see them fleeing away from the crime scene, we can see a gun and pawn shop in the background there, and as the camera pans round, if you just pause it at the right time, it says Port Gellhorn Pawn and Gun Store there on the sign. So Port Gellhorn is going to be an entirely different area within the game world, separate of Vice City. But in this next scene coming up right here, that then reiterates that point, because it looks like right here as she kicks through the door, if you look on the sign, it says Uncle Jack's Liquor Store. And as we can see there, heading into this place to rob this place as well. And you can see in the background there is the same vehicle as we just saw. And there's tons more hidden things in the GTA 6 trailer that I cannot wait to break down and show you guys. So make sure you subscribe to stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys as soon as possible.